Did it take a shit? I don't know. Sat in my truck for a month and I never used it because I didn't have time to use it. And then I plugged it in to charge it and the red light stays on showing it's charging. It's the GoPro Hero Plus with the LCD. And I don't know. Won't power on for nothing. I don't have a clue. It has been quite a while since I've made a video, and I am recording this on my phone because, as you just saw, my GoPro took a shit. I believe it took a shit. I don't know. It's sad. You know, I haven't made a video in quite a while. It's been a crazy season, and I just haven't had time to make any videos. A lot has happened, which I will update you guys on this video. But it sat in the GMC in my center console for like a month. I just didn't use it at all. So I decided the other day, I'm like, you know, things are caught up now. It's a little smoother. I can make some videos. And I plugged it in because I figured for sure it had been dead. I tried to turn it on, it wouldn't turn on. I'm like, yep, this thing's fried. So I plugged it in and the red light came on in the front like you just saw, and I let it sit overnight to charge. Usually it only takes like 2 to 3 hours and that thing charges. It's always charged quick. So I let it charge all night and I went the next morning to unplug it and the red light was still on, like it was still charging. I'm like, what in the hell's going on with this thing? So I attempted to turn it on. No, wouldn't come on. I looked up online what could be wrong with it when it won't turn on, and every GoPro thing I looked up online said replace the battery. Well, that style is the style GoPro that comes in the hard case and it doesn't come out of the case. It's not one of the ones you can pull out. So there's really no way to change out a battery on it if the battery was fried. So it said to hold the power button on for 10 seconds. If that doesn't turn it on, then hold the power and mode button on for 10 seconds and that'll reset it. I tried that. That didn't work. So it's been on charge for like 2 days now and it's still showing that red light. I don't know. It just won't come on. So if you guys have experienced this problem and you know how to fix it, please, please, please let me know. I went on this morning on Amazon and I found a cheap action cam that looks just like the GoPro, comes with all the accessories, the carrying case, everything. It was like 50 bucks. So I ordered that for in the meantime so that I can use that. Today is Wednesday, it should be here Friday. So that's in the meantime, that's what I'll do. I'll use that and hopefully that works. I don't freaking know. Or hopefully in that time I can figure it out. I don't want to go buy another GoPro and then this one all of a sudden turns on, because that's how it happens with me. And that's how it happens with everything with me. Something won't work, I'll go and buy a new one and then bam, the old one starts working. Or I can't find something, I'll buy a new one and bam, it pops up the old one. So I don't know. I'll use this cheapie for now when it comes in, and hopefully I can figure out what the heck is going on and how to fix this thing, or if it can be fixed. Maybe you guys will have an answer for me and it'll work. I don't know. But anyway, so a lot has happened. We had an extremely dry season. We went on like 3 months with no rain. No rain. And I mentioned this in the last video, how I think in the last video I made was about a month ago or so, and I had mentioned there how everybody was going to, or how I was going to bi-weekly mows or cutting lawns like every 3 weeks and just skimming the tops off them, things like that. Well, a lot of my lawns went a solid month without me cutting them once. And then about a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks ago, we got pounded with rain for like a day, and then it stopped and it got extremely hot. Then a couple days later we got pounded with rain again, then it stopped. And I think the second time it lasted like 3-4 hours, but it was a hard solid rain. Well, it was enough to make things happen, because for the last month, in that meantime, what I was doing was I took on a few big landscape projects and did a whole bunch of work that kept me going, and I made a lot of money. You know, that was just enough. And as you guys if you guys have been following me, you'll see in past videos I decided this year when I was going solo, I wasn't doing landscape projects anymore. I was going strictly to a lawn maintenance service with the occasional cleanups and stuff like that. So I really didn't want to do them projects, but you know, you got to do something when you're hitting a drought. It's been years and years and years and years since we've had a dry season like that around here. It's just crazy, but it happens, and you got to be prepared for that. You got to have a backup plan, and you got to improvise, man, because if you don't, you're going under quick. So real quick, let's check out a couple pictures. I'm going to show you, put up some pictures here of those projects that I did, and I'll talk to you about them for a minute. So let's check those out real quick. Okay, so this is a flower bed I installed for a customer. There was really nothing there but some bushes, no flower bed, no design. I just kind of made a design and put some mulch in and trimmed everything up. It's a house the guy's flipping. That was a tree I didn't even know was in there. I found it in there, staked it up. That was one. This is a customer I've had for years. It's all overgrown. She just wanted it cleaned up, and you couldn't even get down the right-hand side of the house. That's with it all cut back. You couldn't even tell there were windows over there. I cut all that back and cleaned the whole front porch up so you can see in there. Now this next one coming up, this was massively overgrown. This stuff was 6 to 7 foot tall. The flower bed was about 30 feet wide by 180 foot long. She wanted simple. So I gutted all out of there. I put in all new flower bed, planted plantation lilies and hostas. She wanted something very low maintenance. This is another view from the other side of it. Just everything massively overgrown. I cleaned it all out of there, cut trees out of there, everything. It was pretty bad. And then this was the other part of it, but it all came out very well, and pretty hot doing it all by myself. All right, so you see, you know, that was a lot of work. A lot of work, especially for a one-man crew doing it all by himself. But and it was hot days that I did those in and cracked them right out. So, but anyway, now I'm back to mowing, and last week I did not skip one lawn all week. And this week so far I've not skipped one lawn all week. On that note, just before we got all this rain, when we were about at the end of our drought, I started having problems with that 52 Exmark, okay? For about a month straight, I was burning like half a quart of oil a week. The thing was still running great, it was mowing great, driving great, everything was phenomenal. It just started burning oil. Well, I thought I could adjust the valves on that thing. I thought it was mechanical. Turns out that version of the Kawasaki is hydraulic, like the Kohlers are, so they couldn't be adjusted. Technically you're supposed to adjust them back to about 5 thousandths every 300 hours or so, every 400 hours, something like that, according to the manual. But anyway, so I thought that was the case, and it wasn't, because they're non-adjustable. So I finally got it over to my buddy's shop, left it with him for 2 weeks, and he could not find any major issues, except for the problem is on the one side of the engine, it's showing compression of 120 pounds. Now, that's the side that is not burnt, or that's the side that's burning oil, and that's about where it should be. The other side is pushing 90. And that side's not burning any oil, so it doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. But anyway, he changed the plugs, and he said they were shot. So I changed the oil in it. In the meantime, I'd gone to my dealer and I said, listen, you know, I want to try these demos out. He was just Cub Cadet, and I was only using him for steel equipment because he's got the biggest steel lineup I've ever seen. Sorry about the sun glare, guys. Like I said, I'm trying to do this on my phone and not blind you guys, and I don't know. But anyway, so he became a dealer for Scag and Wright. They both have the same distributor, so when he signed on with one, he was getting the other one. So I told him I wanted to demo a new mower, I told him I was probably going to buy it next spring. He said, don't wait till spring. If you buy it, you know, late fall or winter, you will save a lot of money. So I figured, you know what? I just sent this 52 Exmark into my buddy's shop. What a perfect time to demo these units. So I went and got the brand new Wright ZK61 with the AeroCore deck. I wanted to see what the big hoo-ha about Wright is all about. Not impressed. Really wasn't. It was a really nice mower. It's really fast. It has a pretty decent cut. But I don't see what the big thing about Wright is. And everyone's telling me, oh, Wright's the best, hands down, best in the market, blah, 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 this and that. Okay, well, whatever. That's your opinion. And I'm already a little biased to Scag. I love Scag mowers. So I already knew what I wanted to try out as far as the Scag goes, but I figured since I had a biased opinion towards it, I should try the Wright first. So that's what I did, and I liked it. Like I said, it was nice, but it just wasn't for me. And the problem with where I live up here in the Northeast in New York, you get a lot of the season, like right now this morning, there is dew all over the grass. You mow a lot of wet grass early in the morning, and a lot of lawns, like in the spring and stuff, grow like crazy, and you're cutting quite a bit off each week. So I need something that can handle the thick, wet grass. Well, everybody raved and said that Wright standard will throw grass pretty far. It didn't throw it nearly as far as what they said. My 2 Exmark Vantages and my Scag Freedom Z, that little zero turn with the 48-inch deck, they all throw grass further than that 61-inch AeroCore deck by Wright. Hands down, hands down. They throw it further and it doesn't clump as much. So I took the Wright back and I got the mower that I originally had looked at, which is the new Scag Tiger Cat 2 with the Velocity deck. And I got that in the 61 too, because I was pretty sure that I wanted to upgrade to a 61-inch deck. Well, so the decision that I have made is 61-inch decks aren't for me. I have a few bigger properties, which that 61-inch deck makes a big difference and is really nice. But for 90% of my properties, our average properties that I have, there are a lot of uneven surfaces, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of divots, this and that, and that 61 just scalps like crazy. And I took it slow, I went easy, I tried to maneuver my way around them to avoid it, it still scalps. It's just too much deck for what I need, and on top of that, there's a lot of areas on my average everyday lawns that I couldn't get into with that 61, but I can just barely fit into with my 52. It does fit, which caused me to have to do a lot more trimming, which I'm not a big fan of. I don't mind trimming, but I am a solo lawn care, and I don't want to do all that trimming. I'd rather spend more time on the machine and less time trimming. So I decided that the 52 is for me. That's what I need. I'll still keep my 48 Scag Freedom Z. It has that bagger on it, which does not have the turbine on the side because they don't offer it for that Freedom Z. But it does have an 8-inch tube, so mowing everyday grass during the day, it'll bag fine. You can cruise right along. But if you get into wet grass that's even a little bit tall, you have to slow it right down because it will clog the boot up on that. Not the tube, not the 8-inch tube, but it will clog up the boot. Because the boot that comes off the side of the deck they made for that thing is small. They should have made it bigger. That's the big downfall of that thing. But it does a really good job bagging regardless. The thing I looked at with that Scag Tiger Cat is it has the 3-bag bagger system, and it does have the turbine off the side of the deck. It doesn't have the flat turbine like Exmark uses. It's got the upright turbine, which bags thick, wet grass 10 times better. There's a video that's all about mowers and the mowers he's used over the years by Johnny Moe. Check out his video. He goes into it a little further in depth about the different style turbine, the flat one versus the upright one that comes off the side of the deck, and he'll explain a little better if you're not sure what I'm talking about. But that's one thing that this Scag Tiger Cat has. So anyway, I still have the Tiger Cat with a 61-inch velocity deck. It's in my trailer right now, which you've seen pictures of in the beginning of this. So I got to return it today. Today is the last day of my demo, so I'm going to return it today. I've already had them locate me a 52, which apparently they have one in their warehouse. The Tiger, it's not the Tiger Cat 2, it's the Tiger Cat, which the only difference is with the Tiger Cat 2, they have the cat's eye, what it's called. It's a digital display, which I don't care about that. And they move the controls from one side over to the other side. And then it has, besides just a pull-up parking brake, it's got a foot one as well. But the difference is over $1,000 in price. I don't think those three things justify a $1,000 increase, so I didn't really care about that. So what I will be going with is a regular Tiger Cat with a 52-inch velocity deck with a 3-bag bagger system and turbine. So they're getting one together. I got to finish filling out the paperwork so that they can do everything they need to do, and then I have to just pull the trigger on it. I got to make the final decision, which I have not done yet, but I'm almost 100% positive that's what I'm going to do. So that takes care of that. I did buy a ride-on roller, and I will explain that more in detail. I found out what people are actually charging in my area to roll-ons, which I did not know. So I bought one of those, and I will be doing some rolling in the spring. But yeah, a lot has happened. I'm not going to film any mowing today in this video because it's just too much of a pain to do with my phone. But we will see where this video goes from here, and I wanted to update everybody on all the updates, all the different things that have happened, and where I've been for the last month. And then furthermore, I wanted to just get a video out there and let you guys know. So as soon as that other camera comes in, I will be making more videos now that things have mellowed out a little bit. I love making videos. I love doing this. I'm not as active with these videos as a lot of other guys, but that's just me. That's just me. I do these for fun. I do them when I have time and because I like to do it. But at the end of the day, when it's time to hustle and get my work done, I got a lot of stuff going on. All that definitely comes along before YouTube. So YouTube's an afterthought, and that's just the way it is. So we'll see what comes up next on this video. So here is the right stander. It is a ZK 61-inch with an arrow core deck. This is the one I demoed. Like I said, nice mower. I'm just not impressed. It didn't blow me away, I guess you could say. And here's a front view of the Scag Tiger Cat with the 61-inch velocity deck. It has that knob in the middle of the seat there for the spring-loaded comfort ride. Man, is that nice, especially compared to back in the day, zero turns. There it is from the back view. I did end up pulling the trigger on that today. I went with the 52 velocity deck with the Tiger Cat, and that's to come in the next video.